Here at Swarovski Optik, we've seen a growing interest in long-range shooting, and we've developed a system to take some of the guesswork out of that for the hunter.
This is the Swarovski Optik Ballistic Turret that allows you to set predetermined distances by this turret. You can set your zero for 100 yards, 200 yards, whatever you like. In this case, this would be 100 yard zero with color-coded downrange distances. Your green would be for 200 yards, yellow could be for 300 yards, and the red could be for 400 yards. And it's just simple as turning the turret to get to your predetermined distance. It also comes equipped with a plex reticle, so we have one simple hole point.
The best part about this ballistic turret is that it's just so easy to set up. Get on our website, www.swarovskioptik.com, put in some load information, and you're ready to go to the range.
The first thing you're going to see when you get on our website for the ballistic turret is the choice of hand load or factory load. Today we're going to be using a factory load. The first thing you want to click on is the bullet manufacturer. Once you get on to your specific bullet manufacturer, you're then going to pick out the specific cartridge within that bullet manufacturer. So we scroll down until you hit 150 grain 3006 of whatever the particular cartridge is.
The next step on the calculator is to choose which model rifle scope you're using. We're also going to go with the default setting of 100 yards. The ability to change zero settings is on the calculator. That's your choice.
The next thing you're going to see on the ballistic calculator is what is known as the heart of the ballistic turret system. You're going to see three fields, a green one, a yellow one, and a red one, that you can input your downrange distances. We'll go to the green one first, which in this case was going to be a 200 yard downrange distance. And once you plug in the 200 yards, it will tell you how many clicks to come up for that 200 yard distance. You simply go down to the second one, which is a yellow one, for your 300 yard setting. Plug in 300 yards into that field, and just to the right of it, it will tell you how many clicks to come up for that 300 yards. The last one is for 400 yards, a red setting. You just simply plug in 400 yards into the red field, and it will tell you how many clicks to come up for 400 yards. Now we're going to show you how the ballistic turret works. The first thing you have to do with a ballistic turret is to disassemble it so you can sight it in. The first step in disassembling it is to first unscrew the cap. Once the cap is unscrewed, you remove that and then take off the three color-coded marking rings. The last piece is what's called the coupling. The coupling just simply lifts off. Once you're at this point, it will show two gears. The top gear is what you will use to twist to sight in the elevation on the rifle. The bottom part of that gear with the arrow on it is to set your zero once the rifle is sighted in. The next step in this procedure is to sight in the rifle. Once the ballistic turret has been disassembled from the rifle scope, we want to sight in the rifle at 100 yards. To make any adjustments to the turret, just use the key provided to get your elevation exactly where is needed. Obviously, you will also use the windage turret to get your windage sighted in. After it is sighted in, you will then want to take the bottom ring and turn it clockwise until it stops. That way we'll have our perfect zero setting for the ballistic turret system. The next step is to take the coupling and put it back on the turret by lining up the white dot with a gray triangle at the bottom of the coupling. The next step in the procedure, we are going to set the downrange distances with the color-coded marking rings, the distances that we previously got from the ballistic calculator. In this case, for 200 yards, the green setting, we're going to come up 5 clicks. The next step is to take the green color-coded marking ring, place it on top of the coupling so that it is lined up with the white dot at the bottom of the turret. That is our 200 yard setting. We now want to go to our next downrange distance, which is 300 yards. For 300 yards, the calculator told us we have to come up another 8 clicks from here, the green setting. There's 8. We put on the yellow ring for our 300 yard setting on the coupling. We now want to go to our 400 yard or red setting. In order to do that, we have to come up another 10 clicks from this position. We put the red color-coded marking ring on. This is our 400 yard setting. At this point, we want to turn the color-coded rings all the way back to the 0 position. Notice how it stops on the 0 because we had set the 0 dial inside. The last step is we want to put the cap back on and tighten it down. Now the rifle is set up to be dead on at 100, 200, 300, and 400 yards. First, to test the system, we're going to take a shot at 100 yards. Now we're going to test to see if the rifle is on at 200 yards. We'll take the ballistic turret and move it to the green position, our 200 yard setting. Now we're going to test to see if we're on at 300 yards. We take the BT, move it to its yellow setting, which should be 300 yards dead on. Now we'll try our 4th and final setting of 400 yards. We'll take the BT and move it to its red position, or our 400 yard setting. And there you have it.
It's that easy. Just using the ballistic calculator on a website, get your information in there, whatever factory load you're using, and take it right to the range and get sighted in.